This afternoon we're going to interview a native of Hull that's been around for a long time. As a matter of fact, she went to school with my father, Miss Vivian Smith. She has been an outstanding citizen of the Hull community as long as I can remember, and of course I'm just a young man. I'm only 57, so I'm not going to reveal her age. Mrs. Smith, when did you first come to Hull?
Well, it happened on April Fool Day, 1897. And your father followed me in July that year. And then your Aunt Grace was also an April Fool.
Yes, yes.
In 1900.
That's true. Now, I know and you know, but maybe the people that are going to be viewing this don't know that your husband, Floyd, was a school teacher here in these Sny Bottoms for many, many years. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, he was a graduate of Hull High School, and he attended school at Normal. And I think he was a natural-born school teacher. He loved the profession. And most of his pupils now are very mature people, and he's had some very gracious acknowledgments of his work all through his years.
He sure has. Floyd Smith is one of the finest men I ever met. We've been talking to Vivian Smith. Is there anything you'd like to say about Hull while we're talking, Vivian?
Well, I was, just fate put me here, but I don't know as I would have selected any better place. I have always think that Hull is a place to live.
What's your opinion of the Hull picnics?
Well, I think I can make a pretty good decision on that. I don't think I have ever missed one. I think that is true. I think I have always attended, and this is our 54th one.
That's beautiful. Thank you. We're talking to another old Hullite that's been around here for a long time. The father of one of my best friends through high school back in the 40s, Dutch Larley. Dutch, how many of these Hull picnics have you made?
Oh, I've made about all of them.
Well, let's see, this is the 54th, and I'm sure you probably have. When did you first move into the Bottoms?
1930.
1930.
No, not to 25. I lived.
Oh, 25.
When I first moved up where I live was 30.
You moved to your home farm now in 1930, but you moved into the Bottoms in 1925. You see, I've known Dutch all of my life, and him and his wife and family, I've known them all. And Dutch, in all the years that you've been around, can you recall a more beautiful day for a picnic than this?
No, I don't believe you can.
Is there anything you'd like to say about the old town of Hull and all the good times we've had around here?
I don't know. I don't think I could say much about that. I don't remember that.
Now, Dutch is joshing us because I can remember back when there used to be a lot of good times around Hull, and Dutch can too. Thank you. We've been talking to Dutch Larley, an old Hullite from way back in the 20s. Thank you very much. Hey, this afternoon we're interviewing some of the older citizens here in Hull, people who have been around for many, many years and have seen this picnic grow from nothing to what it is today, and have seen the town go from nothing to what it is today. I'd like to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Lauren Eddingfield. Pooge and Goldie, we always call them.
Pooge and Pig.
And, yes. I'd like for you to just tell us, Pooge, what you've seen in the improvements in the Hull picnic over the last few years.
Oh, they have a lot more things like produce and things that people makes and things like that, a lot more than they used to. Used to just entertainment and sell stuff like. But they've got a real nice stands over there full of all kind of produce and deer heads and all things like that. That's the biggest improvement I've seen in it.
That's great. How about you, Goldie?
I don't know what to say.
Well, what improvements have you seen over the years in the picnic?
Oh, I don't know. Just everything, I guess. I don't know what to say.
It just seems to get better every year, doesn't it? Is there anything you'd like to say about our town over the years?
Well, it's grown, I think.
Yes, it has. Pooch, would you like to add anything?
Oh, your towns went down as far as business is concerned, Wilton.
What caused that?
Well, just simply cars and things. People goes places and
Right.
things. I can remember when there used to be 2 hardware stores and 6 or 7 grocery stores. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I can.
And things like that. Now, the business part of it, now, other ways, just like grain and things like that, that more and more and more every year. But the town itself, businesses, went down.
Gone downhill.
Yeah.
It has gone downhill a little bit.
Now your population stays more or less the same.
Yeah, it does. Population stays pretty stable.
Yeah.
But I can foresee, I think you probably can too, that sometime in the not too far distant future, that things around here are going to have to grow because people are going to be moving out of the cities, and they're starting to do that now.
Well, that's what I've said a lot of times. Your big cities, why do they keep a hollering to make them bigger? Of course, they want to work for their citizens, things like that, but these people that's in the cities moves way outside.
They sure do. They sure do. Goldie, is there anything you'd like to add to this interview?
No,
Nothing?
no, I done run if I know what you was going to do.
How do you stay so young?
I guess.
You think it's the old man doing that?
I guess.
Thank you very much. We've been talking to Fuge and Goldie Eddingfield.
Oh, my God.
Good afternoon. Here we are again with 2 more citizens from Hull, and we want to talk to them a few minutes about the Hull picnic and about our town and the things that they remember that are good about the town. First, I'll talk to Mrs. B. Denning. B., what improvements can you see over our picnic over the last few years?
Well, I don't know. The youngsters seem to get around more on cars and bicycles, and you have more art show and things like that to
That's
enjoy. The nice chicken supper. I'm waiting for that.
Oh, that's going to be great, isn't it? How about you, Mabel?
Well, I enjoy this very much. I enjoy the chicken supper. I enjoy that, seeing that picture up there, the depot at Hull Depot.
I want to add something to this.
Okay.
The reason Mabel said that she enjoys seeing that depot is for those of you that will view this in a few years, you'll remember that Mabel's husband was the operator of the old depot here in Hull for many, many years. How many years?
For 50 years. 50 years.
See, that's heritage in the making right there. History and heritage in the making of our town. And B, would you tell us what your husband did all those years?
Well, he was in the poultry and feed business for probably a little over 50 years.
See, right now we have 2 people that have a lot to do with the history of Hull. And it's a pleasure talking to 2 lovely ladies like this afternoon. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, yes, we're glad to have Wilton back in our town.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
That's right. We are.
Anything you'd like to add, Mabel?
Well, just awful glad to have you back here with us.
Thank you very much. We've been talking to B. Denning and Mabel Rickey, and this is 1981. Reverend Kress, can I talk to you for a minute?
No. What?
We're interviewing our local Baptist minister, Reverend Kress, a fairly new member in our community. He's been here quite a few years, but I'd like to ask him this afternoon what his opinion is of our fair city.
I think it's a fine city, really, and it's a city of my choice, and I would recommend it to anyone.
Thank you, Reverend. Also, you know, every community needs spiritual leadership, and ours is no different than any other. And Reverend Kress, from everything I've been able to hear, has done a fine job in leading our town in the area of religious leadership. Reverend, what do you think we could do in our town to improve things over what they've been over the last few years?
Oh, I think possibly more participation by the community and more consideration of all things that need to be done and things that are being done, appreciation for that. Really, I think we have a fine community, and as far as improving it, we're doing all right.
How long have you been here?
2 years this time.
You were here before, though.
Yes, this is my 3rd time.
What year did you come here the first time?
I'm not sure when it was, 6, 8 years ago that I came here to pastor for the first time.
And it's good to have him back. It's always nice to talk to people that like our community. And again, this is the Hull Picnic, 1981, August the 20th. And we're talking to Reverend Kress, the minister for the Hull Baptist Church. Thank you, Reverend Crest.
Thank you, Mayor.
We're talking to Bob Gray. For those of you in Hull that will be viewing this film in a few years, Bob was the only basketball player from West Pike High School to ever have his jersey retired. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to talk to this man today because we know that future generations are going to view this film. Bob, could you tell us what you think of our little town?
Well, I moved here, didn't I? It's a pretty nice little town.
His first statement, I think, says it all. Well, I moved here, didn't I? Tell us a little bit about your years at Hull High School. See, I'm back in my years now at West Pike High School.
Graduated in '73. What else do you want to know about it?
Oh, tell us a little bit about your athletic prowess.
Oh, played basketball for about 8 years there. We went to state and junior high. That's about the size of it. Went 25-1 my senior year.
See that? He's very modest. 25-1 his senior year, and he almost forgot to tell us. I've heard a lot of stories about this young man and his prowess on the basketball floor. I understand today you're still playing a little ball around the community.
Yeah, we play over at Hannibal in the wintertime in the Armory.
How about softball?
Play about 3 nights a week in softball. Wife doesn't care for that too much.
You see, I'm standing here, and I have to look up like this. You can see why he played basketball and why he was so darn good. And he's also a darn fine member of our community. We've been talking to Bob Gray, and this is the Hull Picnic on August the 20th, 1981. Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
It's good. Hello, Doc. This
Well,
Doc Lawson, we want to talk to him a minute about his participation in the Hull Picnic over the years. Doc, what's your favorite project in the picnic?
I guess frying hamburgers, that's about all I ever do.
Doc is perennially the chairman of the refreshment stand and does a fantastic job. What improvements can you tell us about over the years that you've seen in the Hull Picnic, Doc?
Oh, I don't know. Well, it hasn't changed too much since I've been involved in it. I really don't know offhand.
Some of the people have been talking about a little more participation in the last few years than they had some years back, and they kind of think that the Lions Club is responsible for a lot of that. Would you agree to that?
Yes, I think that's probably true. And we're having better participation in bigger crowds, it seems like, about every year. And we just keep selling more stuff every year, and the people keep coming.
And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We've been talking to Doc Lawson, a member of the Hull Lions Club that is very active on the committees for the Hull Picnic every year. And this, again, is August the 20th, 1981. And we'll start walking up that way, huh? Okay. We're at the Hull Picnic, and we're talking to people just to find out who all's here. And we have just literally hundreds of people coming to the picnic. And what's your name, sir?
Craig, A.E. Craig. I'm from Hannibal, Missouri.
Well, we're happy to have you in Hull with us today.
Yeah.
Turn around and look at that camera. We want to get a picture of your beautiful face.
Russ Smith, Hannibal, Missouri.
Russ Smith. Hannibal is well represented today. And what was your name, sir?
John Feaster, Hannibal.
Oh, Hannibal's outnumbering us so far. Let's move on down the line.
Dale Ochiltree from Hannibal.
Hannibal again. How about that? Is there anybody here from Hull?
Yeah, I'm Terry Harrison from Hull.
I'm Ronna Harrison from Hull.
Aha. See? I knew there'd be somebody here from our town. Let's see. Here's a prominent gentleman right here.
Hello.
Well, give us your name.
I'm Paul Vincent.
That's Paul Vincent. And you?
Ethel Vincent.
Aha. See? We're making this tape for posterity to be shown in a few years. Come here a minute, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what was your name?
Ostermiller.
Where are you from?
Quincy.
Quincy, Illinois. See, the Hull Picnic draws them in from all over because the food is so good. How was the dinner?
Wonderful.
Thank you, thank you. Here's another gentleman we'd like to talk to. What was your name, sir?
Sprague.
Which Sprague?
John Sprague.
Ah, yes, I knew that, but I wanted to get it on film. This is John Sprague. Nice to have you with us this afternoon, John. Moving on up the line, here's one of our local businessmen.
Hello. How are you?
Give us your name, please.
Lonnie Wright.
Lonnie Wright. His whole family was born and raised here in Hull. And I knew them all, grew up with them. Let's move on. Ah, here's a lovely lady. Here's a lovely lady that I want to talk to for a minute. We're talking to Pink Hull. Pink went to school with my father. And I've known Pink all of my life. And a more lovely lady I have never met.
I'm the last
Pink.
descendant of Hull.
Pink.
Bearing the name of David Hull. I'm the last descendant of the Hull family. My husband was the last bearing the name of David Hull, and I am his widow. So when I am gone, there will be no more Hulls of that generations of the David Hulls, founder of Hull.
And that is sad, because our town was named after this lovely lady's family. Pink, you have been such an asset to this community for so many years.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for talking to us.
I'm happy to live in the town. It's a very nice little town.
Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Thank you, Pink. We've been talking to Pink Hull. Oh, yes. Well, hello, Betty. How are you? Here's another young lady that I went to school with. I was a couple years ahead of her, but give us your name.
Betty Wheeler.
Betty Wheeler. And it used to be?
Betty McNett.
Betty McNett.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you living now, Betty?
Quincy, Illinois.
And you're down here just for the picnic?
Just for the picnic.
Aren't these picnics great?
Oh, they're the greatest. I haven't missed too many of them in my lifetime. I think they started having them in 1927, and I was born in 28.
You haven't missed too many?
No.
Nice talking to you, Betty. Nice talking. And there's her lovely husband. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Now, here's another gentleman we'd like to talk to for a minute. Give us your name, please.
Dilly. D-I-L-L-E-Y.
Mr. Dilly. And
Dilly.
Miss?
yes, I knew that, but I wanted you to say it.
Oh, you did.
We're in a few years, 5 or 10 years, this tape will be on record to show to everybody. And we're talking to people and just literally sticking our noses in everybody's business. Here's another young lady that is born and raised right here in Hull. And what is your name now, and what was your maiden name?
It's Joanne Snyder now. It was Joanne Calvin before I was married.
And who did you marry?
Howard Snyder, Irv Snyder.
Irv, that's better. Everybody knows him as Irv. Nobody knows Howard Snyder. Everybody knows Irv. Nice talking to you, Joanne. And what was your name, sir?
My name's Toole.
Toole. And where are you from?
I'm from Hannibal.
From Hannibal. And you, sir?
O'Donnell.
From Hannibal?
From Hannibal.
Hannibal is moving in today, and we need their money.
Oh, no, you mean Hannibal's a lot of them over here.
Oh, there's a lot of people from Hannibal here today enjoying this great chicken dinner.
Come every year.
They come to
Great.
They come to ours, too.
Oh, yes, yes. As a matter of fact, there were a bunch of us over there last week to the Lions Club fish fry.
Yeah, we were there, too.
Thank you. Nice talking to you. Here's another gentleman and his lady we'd like to talk to. What was your name, sir?
Roy Apple.
Roy Apple.
Catherine Apple.
And Catherine Apple from Hannibal. Nice to have you with us. And your name, ma'am?
Larimore.
From
Payson.
Oh, yes, yes. I remember you.
Yeah, well, good.
Yes, yes. Larimore from Payson. Nice to have you with us today. What was your name, young lady? Come over here. I want to talk to you for a minute. Look at that gentleman out there. What's your name?
Catherine.
Catherine what?
Gray.
Catherine Gray?
Mm-hmm.
And where do you live?
Lafayette, Indiana.
Lafayette, Indiana. Well, isn't that nice? And isn't she a pretty young lady? Look at that pretty blonde hair, would you? Isn't she nice? Nice to have you with us, hon. Oh, here's another young lady. Come here a minute. Come here, Francie. Come here, Francie. Come here, Francie. This is Mrs. Charles Gray, and she's trying to hide. Francie, would you tell us the improvements you've seen in the whole picnic over the years?
It's much cooler this year.
Yeah, much cooler this year. But the food's always good, isn't it?
It's always good.
Where's Charles?
Working.
See, somebody in the family has to be the breadwinner. Nice talking to you, Francie. Moving on down the line here. What's your name, young lady?
Judy Chaplin.
And where are you from, Judy?
I'm from here in Hull.
Nice to talk to you. We're trying to make a tape here so that we can show it in a few years and people can see what went on years ago.
Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you? What's your name?
Dave Stewart.
Dave Stewart. Where are you from, Dave?
Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Yeah,
See,
across the creek.
Hannibal's just across the pond from us and well represented today. Your name, sir?
Newland.
Newell?
Newland.
Newland.
Uh-huh.
And where are you from?
New London.
New London, Missouri. Missouri is moving to Illinois, and we love it because we need the money. Nice to have you lovely people with us. The line never ends. It never ends. A minute here to talk to a couple of gentlemen that have worked the Hull picnics and been active in the Lions Club for many, many years. First, the guy with his hand in the money box, Mr. Virgil Reed, who is always active in this. Virgil, would you tell us the improvements you've seen in the Hull picnic over the last few years?
Well, they moved us from down there up here. That's one of the improvements.
Excuse me, I guess.
Our building. That's one of the
Yes.
improvements.
Beautiful. This beautiful new building we have here for feeding all the people and for all the activities. It's fantastic. Anything else you'd like to say about the picnic?
I'd like to. You didn't tell this to us for $1.
I have 2 of those.
Well,
I don't need another one.
it'd be
Thank
worth
you.
$100.
Yes, it will. And if you'll hold on to those, you'll have a lot of money. Bud, would you turn around that way just a second? This is Roswell Meyer. Bud, we all know him as Bud. Nobody knows him as Roswell, but Bud's a very active member in our Lions Club and a prominent member of our community for many, many years. Bud, what can you see? Yes, he was a charter member of the Lions. What can you see as improvements in our town and in our picnic over the last few years?
Well, there's quite a few. We got the ball diamond, we got the bowling alley. The Lions Club sponsored both of them, and it's behind the bowling alley now.
Yes.
Helping with it. Yes, a lot of improvements. And our building here, it's quite an improvement. They can have a shelter house, and they can have picnics here if it goes to raining or anything, you know. Yes, quite an improvement. And it's mostly due to the Lions Club.
And the food is always outstanding, isn't it? Thank you. We've been talking to Virgil Reed and Bud Meyer, just outstanding members of our community. And here again, it's August the 20th, 1981.
Thank you.
You ready? You ready? Could I get you to turn around and look that way just for a minute, Lauren? Would you tell us your name, please?
Clarence Erkey.
Clarence Erkey. Here is a man that I've known all my life. He probably doesn't remember me because I've been gone for so long. But he will as soon as I tell him my name's Wilton Lewton. I want to talk to you for a minute. We're trying to make a film this afternoon that we can pass on to children and generations to come. It will be on videotape that you can play on television. I want to ask you the improvements and the things that you've seen over your years around our community.
Oh, there's lots of things different. Lots of improvements here in town.
Shoot me now.
I know that some of them you would name would be the same ones that Bud named, like our new shelter house and this shelter and the one at the new park and the bowling alley and things like that. When did you first move into the bottom?
In 1922.
1922, and you've been here ever since.
Well, I live up in the hills.
Yes, you live up in the hills now. And you had a lovely wife and if I remember correctly, 2 lovely children. 3. Oh, that's right, it was 3. I knew the 2. I knew Bernice and Bernard very well. I was in their class in school. And Marjorie, yes. It's a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Erkey. And I know that you will continue to help out with these functions every year.
Well, I have been.
Always. Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you. We're talking to a young gentleman that is well known around our community. He lives in Hannibal, but almost everyone in Hull knows him as a fantastic businessman, a good friend, and just a nice guy. Mr. Ralph Clark. Ralph, you've been coming to the Hull picnics for a good many years. Can you see any specific improvements over the years?
I certainly can. The crowd, the meals, and the hospitality is excellent. I think each year it gets better, and your facilities are the best.
Thank you, Ralph. Pleasure talking to you this afternoon. There's a gentleman right here that I want to talk to. We've talked to a couple of his brothers already this afternoon.
They're the main ones.
He says they're the main ones, but I doubt that. We're talking to Bill Meyer. Bill, over the years here at the Hull Picnic, can you think of some improvements and things that we've done that are really significant?
Oh, I don't know. It's been a long time. This is quite a picnic. What, this 54th?
54th.
Well, the chicken's about the same I think it was then. But there's a lot. It's done a lot easier than it used to be.
Oh yes.
You used to work a day ahead and 2 or 3 days after we're getting ready.
Go over home and
You
dress
bet.
chickens for the evening meal.
They'd have to bring the wood up and build a fire and everything. It's a lot better now.
A lot better now.
Yeah.
A lot better now. And how about you? Could you add anything to that?
Nothing.
She's trying to hide. There she is. You got her now?
It seems to me that it might be more than 54, and I haven't been around here that long either.
Well, me too. And you know, I'm 57, and I can't remember a year we didn't have one.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Nice talking to Bill and Mrs. Meyer. It's just great talking to you. And we're making this film so that we can show it in about 10 or 15 years when some of us won't be here.
Right.
But we can show it to the kids. Thank you very much. Yeah, we got a guy here I want to talk to. His name is Hamsmeyer, but most people know him as Tob. Now, he's probably going to tell us what his real name is. I really couldn't tell you.
Well, I haven't got any. Really.
He doesn't know either. See, everybody's called him Tob Hamsmeyer for so many years, he really doesn't know what his name is.
Let's see, 56 years.
They've been calling you Tob.
Yeah.
But you're older than that.
No, 62 years old.
62. See, he said 56 now. See, I know him.
6, see. Add 6 and...
Yes. What do you think of the whole picnic?
It's fine, fine.
Isn't the food great?
You're great.
And
great.
the people are fantastic.
That is right.
You going to stick around for the beauty pageant tonight?
I expect I will.
Good. We're glad to have you. Nice talking to you, Tobe Hamsmeyer. The working people.
That's right.
The people that really make this thing sing. I'm going to ask them their names, and I want them to turn around and look into the camera just for a second. I know they're busy and they don't have a lot of time to chew the fat. What's your name?
Fat Puller.
Fat Puller Mosley, Bob Mosley. And yours?
Johnson, Eddie Johnson.
Eddie Johnson. Turn around and look at the camera a minute, Ed. These are the working folks. These are the people that make this thing go. Here's a couple more over here.
Dean Holliday.
Dean Holliday.
Jim Tallman.
Jim Tallman.
Right here, down there. John Wright.
John Wright down on the end. The guy with all the hair. And the guy over here washing the jug, we'll get him in a minute. Here's a couple more sitting over here. Over here on the wall, a couple of fat boys. And this Bill Dunker over here. What do you got to say, Bill?
Not much.
Not much. And you?
John Smith.
Well, I knew that. What do you got to say, John? Not much does John have to say. Here he comes. Here comes our fat puller. Chief Fat Puller, Don Eddingfield. Hey, we already got that one going in the door. Did we miss anybody? No, I think we got everybody. No, couldn't handle it. I'd rather have Colorado Kool-Aid. But nice talking to you guys. Even though you don't have time to talk, I know you're busy, so we won't bother you anymore. We just wanted to get this down on tape. This one just for a minute. I've got a couple of questions I want to ask. Bob?
Yes, sir.
How much chicken did you fry today?
I didn't fry any, but Elmer's fried a lot.
How much did he fry?
1,200 pounds.
1,200 pounds of chicken. Does that compare to last year?
Well, they had 1,000, I think, last year.
200 pounds more this year.
200 pounds more.
Looks like we're going to have more next year, doesn't it?
Either that and a lot more flour.
See, now there is a typical Snibottom farmer thinking about a cheap way to make a buck. Thank you. We're talking to the big chicken fryer. This man fries chicken all over the country for these picnics and things. How much chicken do you fry at the average picnic like this?
Well, tonight we're frying 1,200 pounds.
How much chicken do you think you've fried in the last year?
Well, I haven't fried too much in the last year because we've done the season only runs from through August and September. So we haven't fried from last September till now to mount anything except for a few parties and stuff like that.
How much do you fry every summer, do you think?
Well, average through the year is about 10 tons.
10 ton of chicken this man fries every year. Now, that's a lot of chicken in anybody's book. Do you enjoy it?
Well, we did, but we're getting old enough now. We're getting to get so we don't enjoy it no more. It's a hobby that got too big.
We've been talking to our big chicken fryer, Elmer. He's here every year and just does a fantastic job for us. Thanks a lot, Elmer.
You're welcome.
As plans got underway this past spring for the Hull Picnic Queen Contest,